Hello, my name is Heather Lee Cameron. I'm 29 years old. I live in Alberta, Canada, and I am a Mormon. Recently, it's come to my attention that there's this petition that Mormons are signing to stop the Tabernacle choir from singing at Donald Trump's inauguration in January. Well, I think it's personally ridiculous myself because Donald Trump was very gracious about inviting the Tabernacle choir to sing at his inauguration. And from what I've read, it's a tradition for the Tabernacle choir to sing at presidential inaugurations. I don't believe that tradition should change simply because people are afraid of the unknown. Here's the thing, America. You voted him in. You believed that Trump would be good for America. And now, all of a sudden, that he's in and he's going to be the president, you're freaking out. It's like the 1970s again, where so much crap has hit the fan that we're all getting hit with it while the fan of life and time continues to spin. Get over it. Trump is going to be the president. There's nothing, absolutely nothing people can do about it. I mean, it's a consequence of choice. We don't know if it'll be a good consequence or a bad consequence yet, but it's a consequence of choice, so get over it. You cannot choose consequences of choices. Okay, so here's my thing on the Tabernacle Choir petition. Trump was extremely gracious to invite the Mormon Tabernacle Choir to sing. He invited them. They said yes. And now people of my church, I'm very ashamed to say, are trying to sign a petition to encourage others of the same faith to break their word. The choir agreed. They gave their word. And one of the principles in the Mormon church, one of the doctrines, is the doctrine of honesty and integrity, and it's been taught to us by our own prophets that it is better to keep our word as people than to be overly successful. And the Tabernacle Choir is already successful, but if they broke their word over simple, petty politics and societal politics, could they really stand and sing at General Conference knowing that they had broken their word over pettiness? No, they really couldn't. Because as Mormons, we are taught to stand for our values, all of them, even when it proves inconvenient or uncomfortable. And by keeping their word to sing at the inauguration, the Tabernacle Choir will be showing Donald Trump that they stand by their beliefs and their values, even when the rest of the world and those of their own faith call it inconvenient and unnecessary. Do you really think that it's right to break one's word, to compromise one's integrity for the sake of looking cool? I get that Donald Trump's not going to be a popular president. I get it. But honestly, the members of the church need to back off and put the petition away. Because by having the petition out and encouraging people to sign it, they themselves are encouraging people to break the values of the Mormon church, which include honesty and integrity, which include keeping one's word. And I'm sure many of these Mormons are temple goers, and there's a very important question on that temple recommend that refers to honesty with fellow men. And since the Tabernacle Choir has already given their word, and I'm sure many of them are temple goers and have recommends, They need to be able to look in the mirror and answer that question affirmatively in order to keep the recommends. It's not really worth losing the temple recommend to give into the pressures from their fellow members. Honestly, I think the choir should go ahead and keep their word to President Trump instead of giving into the pressures thrown at them by their fellow members of the church. I think the petition is ridiculous. I think it should be taken away. I think that there's an opportunity to show Trump that Mormons keep their word, and maybe that will lead to some good for the Mormon church. But if the Tabernacle choir decides to give into the pressures applied by their fellow members and break their word and refuse to sing, that could prove very deadly for the future of the Mormon church and the freedoms that we have in North America. Because this whole opportunity, people are missing the point about it. The point is, the Mormon church has an opportunity to show themselves as a steadfast example of people who actually stand for what they believe. They actually have the opportunity to keep their word and sing and show Trump that Mormons stand by what they claim to believe. All these Mormons who are signing the petition, all these Mormons who are trying to pressure others to sign the petition, please stop. You're encouraging people to not stand by the values that you all claim to believe, that we all claim to believe as Mormons, because I'm Mormon too. Seriously, I myself have been challenged for my beliefs and have been heavily persecuted online and in public view for standing by my beliefs, but I stand by them because I know they're true and I know that many blessings will come. This petition is encouraging people to not stand by their beliefs. Remember what Elder Holland said? Never check your religion at the door. And that includes never be afraid to stand for your beliefs. Honestly, people have their agency, yes, but this whole Mormon Tabernacle choir opportunity that is there, honestly, keep your word, choir. Don't fold under the face of pressure. And all those who sign the petition and all those who call for people to sign the petition, they should be ashamed of themselves because they're advocating the need, the essentialness of dishonesty, going against what they claim to believe. They're checking their religion at the door simply because they don't like the president. And they think he's going to be a terrible one. I mean, we don't know that. Trump may save what mess America is in now. We don't know that. We don't know for sure. If the Tabernacle choir walks away from performing at the inauguration, I don't know if I can ever truly respect them again. Because if they walk away from it, they are showing that they fold easily to pressure. And I don't respect people who fold easily to pressure and don't stand for their beliefs in great turmoil. Honestly, I respect people who stand firm for their beliefs and aren't afraid to defend them, and who stand firm in their values and do things that show they keep their word and their integrity intact, even if society or their fellow members think it's inappropriate and inconvenient. We need to stand more than ever for our beliefs and our integrity. And this is a prime example. Right here, let's show the world that Mormons aren't afraid to be Mormons. Let's show the world that we aren't afraid to be different. Tabernacle choir, this is your opportunity to show Trump and show the world that you're not afraid to keep your word in the face of great turmoil, that you're not afraid to be who you are. You gave your word. That's all there is to it. And if you give in to pressure and break your word and step away from the inauguration, I'm sure you'll lose a lot of respect. And you've worked so very hard over the course of many years that losing respect over some petty issue isn't really worth it, but that's up to you. I know it may seem like a frightening experience to sing at the inauguration of someone that America doesn't like, but here's the thing. I will respect you more if you show courage and keep your word and keep your integrity intact. And do what you committed to do. Keep your commitments. Or else lose respect. Many have taught us Mormons that keeping one's commitments is more important than being seen as popular. Even if it is convenient, one needs to keep their word and stand for the values that they claim to believe. And that is all I have to say. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.